Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are on a very different Twitter feed today. We are on the Gig Econ Don's Twitter feed, previously known as Doordash Dad. Recently, he went through a challenge. The guy got kicked out of a restaurant simply because he was waiting for an order. The restaurant noticed that he was recording what was happening in the restaurant, and honestly, to me, it's not that big a deal. And quite honestly, I'm starting to wonder, based on how he was treated, if I need to start wearing spy glasses or a body cam of some sort. The way he was treated, like, it's one thing to take your time to actually get back to helping somebody, but this is just wrong. I'm actually impressed that he didn't tag Uber Eats in this. But that being said, I would also be concerned that Uber Eats would deactivate him simply for doing his job. But that being said, I don't want to play the video. I'm going to leave the video in the description, so that way you can conjure your own opinions. I do want to take notes on how he decided to handle this personally. First off, he went to Twitter and tagged the Bonefish Grill, telling them what happened exactly. Bonefish Grill replied with, your typical auto reply that they always give. Simply, we're disappointed to hear about this. We would like to look into this further. Send us a DM to follow with you directly. Actually speaking, though, that's probably gonna do a little bit more than they think. One thing I would have also done in his position was actually write a Yelp review and say how he was mistreated in the restaurant. That would have actually been seen by the higher-ups as well, and they would have wanted to give him a stern talking to and potentially fire all those involved. They've actually done that in the past. Well, not Bonefish Grill, but other franchises of that sort have done that in the past. And there are Bonefish Grills even out here in South Florida. I don't think there was any in New York, though. Maybe I just didn't notice. I'll have to check that. This happened to me today. UberEats Driver gets ignored and then kicked out of the restaurant for record. This is the YouTube video via YouTube, and then a bunch of local news stations. You see, this is also important. You need to know what your local news stations are and if they'd actually do anything about it. Because, let's be honest, some local news stations are going to be more helpful than others. Around here, mine were not as helpful at all. In fact, they did nothing and they just didn't want to do their job, and I'm very disappointed in South Florida for that specifically. The Gig Econ Don, again, just got kicked out of a restaurant, got threatened with getting the police called and told to never come back. I think a lot of people would see this and see the Gig Econ Don or the Doordash Dad, and the first thing they would think is it's because of his race, right? Well, I will say he even said that it doesn't seem like it's a race thing or he's not clout chasing or anything of that effect. So since he is not going to take that thought process, neither am I. So unless that changes on his end, it's not going to change on mine. So for now, we are assuming that it's just because it's a Bonefish Grill manager. You good? I'm good now, fam. Thanks. They didn't like that you were filming? Wow. Yeah, what? Put him on blast and contact the higher-ups. Nobody should be treated that way, amigo. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Regardless of if you're an Uber Eats driver, DoorDash driver, or whatever, you should not be treated like you're a second-class citizen. And I feel like this isn't just a Uber Eats driver issue or even just a Gig Econ Don issue. This is just a problem across the board, man. Let's just get real. I would have made a whole thing about it. Talk to them about Yelp, go on Twitter, what have you. Let them learn. Let them learn. Just saw the video. What the F? They are not right for that. Horrible how we get treated like we ain't no butt. Tired of some restaurants treating us like crap. You should have unassigned and left. Okay, well, to Cali delivery driver, I don't know if I agree with that statement, because while I understand that that is a way for us to handle this in the future, I think what he was intending to do, and I'm obviously assuming, I can't speak for the Gig Econ Don. He was trying to demonstrate one of the challenges that gig workers have. That was how he was going into it. He was trying to demonstrate the challenge of he is waiting for an extensive amount of time just to be acknowledged. And I know that McDonald's ended up getting docked for that recently, and yeah, that's not going to take into effect until 2023. I don't know if unassigning and leaving is really the answer here. If he wasn't a YouTuber, I would agree with you. But because he was a YouTuber and because he was demonstrating a valid point that happens with all gig workers, this is something that needs to be addressed. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. This is a challenge that all gig workers have. This is a general gig worker problem. And I know, who am I to talk about this? I literally just made a video talking about what merchants hate that Dashers do, and you're right. And I'm going to be making a reverse of that video, but that's not the point. The point is, this was just wrong. First off, they should have acknowledged that he was there at least. Second, the fact that you threw him out and disrespected him in such a way. Like, who the heck do you think you are, Bonefish Grill? I am just ashamed and disappointed. I really hope that it gets resolved quickly, and I know that he says he's going to take it privately if he can. I still think there needs to be a public thing about this. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.